The lowland plains of Duolane are home to not only the carries but also their mothers, the protective supports. Join me as I explore each subgenus of the support species and how they fit into the ecosystem at large. The mama bear is a cautious species that always protects her fellow organisms at all costs. Highly defensive in nature, she will almost never engage a fight directly. Found most commonly in the backlines of the pride, providing protection to the more fragile cubs of the equator and carry lands. Without a frontline presence, the mama bear can often leave the pride with a lack of territorial control. However, they make up for that by the fact that they provide the best defensive protection that nature can provide. When reaching maturity, the mama bear is a coveted species that any carry or mid would love to have on their side to give valuable defensive protection to these more frail members of the animal kingdom. However, without an aggressive yet durable species in solo lane, these supports can leave their team open to other terrestrial beasts. But the random evolution of nature's creatures explores all paths, and the highly aggressive gorilla support species is proof of that. In stark contrast to the mama bear, the gorilla can often be found with several damage items if they deem it necessary and will be a strong frontline presence for the pride. The gorilla cares not for its fellow organisms' lives, both friend and foe, and will let them die in order to land a form and belly flop. Pairing well with the rabid wolf carry in the lowland plains of Duolane, early in the gorilla's life they can gain territorial control and dominance over less aggressive species in the Duolane. The gorilla will then take this mindset into maturity and will W-key at the enemy backline with reckless abandon, providing crowd control and high damage to the team. Gorilla supports are often thought of as creatures of the barren plains of solo lane that were born into the wrong body but retain the solo lane mindset. This idea is, however, unconfirmed in the Planet SMITE research community. The Cleric support will be found exclusively using organisms with regenerative capabilities. One of the least common subspecies of the support genus, the Cleric is rarely seen and rarely successful. In fact, in our expedition we could only find a mama bear utilizing the tactics of a Cleric, but not a true-born natural Cleric. But when they do find success, it often shakes the animal kingdom to its very core. Often lacking in aggression and defensive crowd control, this species instead relies on healing the wounds of its fellow creatures as they are inflicted, as opposed to preventing those wounds entirely. This species will struggle massively in offensive strategy but can be invaluable in the long drawn-out winters of conquest teamfights, where their sustainable mindset can find them healthier than those that burn their resources quickly and can no longer fight. And finally, the man's best friend support will bond with their carry in the lowland plains of Duolane early in their life and will stay with them until far into maturity, reluctant to leave the plains until very late into its life. This can be helpful when the pride groups up in the later stages, as they can protect their carry extremely effectively by knowing how they operate in the 2v2. However, this can lead to inadequacies in protecting other members of the tribe, as they have little experience in doing so. Even early in their lives, man's best friend can cause issues for the very organisms they wish to protect, as they leech valuable resources from them and can stunt their development into the powerful, matured beasts they need to be. However, a little bit of this mindset can be extremely useful in protecting defensive or weak carries early in their life, and is often common among two family members that venture into Planet SMITE as a duo. The three other strangers of their lands are not worthy of the protection of man's best friend. The supports of Planet SMITE are often the unsung heroes of the animal kingdom, and whether you're a gorilla causing chaos deep behind enemy lines, or a mama bear fiercely defending your fellow organisms and sacrificing your own life for the sake of the pride, this species can be the most important yet most misunderstood in the kingdom of Planet SMITE.